Thinking what I would ask that to you. So it's kind of like that. This is a light switch. The similarity is that the light is like the muscle, and the light switch or the electrical circuit is like your nerve. Right? So that light doesn't work unless there's a wire that goes there, and that light switch turns the electricity on and off. Right? You follow me? Mm-hmm. So let's say your bicep does this, right? And your tricep does that. They have opposite functions, right? Your finger flexor does this, your finger extensor does that. So if they both fire at the same time, your finger can't move, your arm can't move. So if one turns on, the other one has to turn off, right? Or else your muscles would be in a tug-of-war against each other, and you actually couldn't move. So nerves and their corresponding muscles are turning on and off. I mean, think how fast the nerves and muscles turn it on and off. You know, let's say a guitarist is doing that. I mean, it's faster than you could say it, right? On, off, on, off, on. So muscles and nerves turning on and off is the most natural phenomenon there is. So we're just actually using that phenomenon of nerves and muscles turning on and off to find out what's true and what's not true, based on her database, based on her biocomputer in her subconscious mind. It's not her conscious mind. Have you ever heard that like 99% of everything in our body is controlled by our subconscious mind? It's a good thing we don't have to think about breathing and think about beating our heart. And a baby doesn't have to know how to be born. It just it just kind of happens automatically. So we're tapping into that almost godlike intelligence, and it's gonna direct me as the practitioner for how I can help her to function better. Really what I'm looking to do is help her to work more efficiently. So I'm looking at what's blocking her self-healing mechanism, what's blocking her from accessing her full potential as a brilliant human being, as this fully capable supercomputer with, Gandhi-like potential, right? What does full potential mean? Your potential to, be healthy, to be successful, to be brilliant, to love fully, to, make a difference in the world. That's what we all want, right? We don't want to just be miserable and be a medical statistic and be addicts to food and drugs and video games and, all the things that most people are addicted to. Now, the question I had was if we're all, if we all have this incredible capacity, if we have this supercomputer type brilliance, why aren't we all living these amazing lives? Why, when we look around, why are we living, lives that are anything less than that, right? So my real goal with this is how do we help people become free? Not just out of pain. You can take an aspirin and get out of pain. To me, that wasn't a big enough game. So with this system, we can ask things. So essentially we have a binary system. It tells us yes and no, true, false. So if we make a statement, like she goes to Ventura College, that's either true or false, right? So if it's true, her arm stays strong, false goes weak. If we ask a question, do you go to Ventura College? The answer is either yes or no. So true or yes equals strong. It's a pretty simple system. So the other way, I'll go into that later. Hold strong, strong, strong. So let's say we want to find out what her weakest organ is, right? So let's say we want to fix her weakest link, right? Because let's say you're training and you're working out. You want to find out what your weakest muscle group is so that you're functionally more balanced. So let's just find out what her weakest muscle group is. Okay, you work out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold strong, strong, strong. So we could say her weakest muscle group is not her core, it's not her quadriceps, it's not her hamstrings, it's not her glutes, it's not her low back. Okay. So that's useful information to know, right?
Yeah, I already knew that. But
She
now I
already
don't
knew
know.
that. Okay. It's great when you give them information they already know. Validates it. Yeah. Let's say we want to find out her weakest organ. And they might all be functioning over 90%, but well, that's the other thing, because muscle testing just gives yes/no answers. I thought, well, let's say we want to know how well, let's say we said, is your liver functioning well? Yes or no? Well, what if it's functioning at 75%? Is that good?
It's average.
Average? Who knows? I mean, where's the cutoff? What's the cutoff? See how the body would have a hard time answering that question? So, it's an area of gray. So I thought, well, what if the body could calibrate? Let's say perfect health would be 100%. Yeah, let's just find out. Let's say perfect health is 100% vitality. Let's say if you had a great night's sleep, you ate exactly what you should be, all your body's in perfect balance physically and emotionally. You have access to all your resources, no toxicity. So so let's say a perfectly healthy baby or whatever, you start out with 100% vitality. So what happens then if you're at 100% and then you have a bad night's sleep, or you have an argument, or you eat some junk food, or you do something that causes some stress on the body? Well, that will cause you, maybe half a percent of vitality, or 1%, or maybe you're in a car accident and that'll cost you 4% vitality, or let's say you have some little infection and that causes you 10% vitality. Okay. So let's say we want to find out what her vitality was. Hold strong. So if we make a statement like her vitality is over 70%, hold strong. She holds strong, and now we know that's a true statement. See, now we can quantify it instead of just get yes/no answers. Her vitality is over 80%. Her vitality is over 75, over 80, over 81, over 82. That's pretty low. It's lower. Do you have an infection going on or anything?
I can't hear my left ear, yeah.
Because of an infection?
Yeah.
Okay. Given how healthy she generally is, only an infection would lower her vitality that much. Infections lower it more than anything. So, anyways, that would be really useful to know, because as we work on her, we want to see her vitality going up, up, up.